I just want to talk to you today like you are my best friend, and we are sitting down and having a heart to heart about all the things that we women do to our faces. I just want to share with you, ladies, everything I've done to my face so that it may help and empower you if you are wanting to do any of these treatments or procedures. I don't know what you would call them. I would like to help you save money, so don't waste your money on things that are not that worthwhile. And of course, this is all my experience and my humble opinion, but I have tried some things. There are some things I wouldn't waste my money on again. Some things, to be honest, I just don't know if they're worth it. I would love to hear your experiences as well in the comments below, so please do leave them. And I just want to tell you what I've done to my face. Let me start off by saying that I have not had a facelift. I haven't gone surgically under the knife on my face yet. I am 45. I will be 46 in 8 months' time. I have had a nose job at the age of 27, 28. That's sort of kind of separate. It's not anti-aging as such. And so today it's all the things that we women over 40 would probably consider doing to anti-age. As you know, I have shared a lot of these right here on my channel. I've got videos on profhilo, on limelight. What else have I done? I use tretinoin, which I'll talk about as well. So there are things that I've done to my skin and my face. Firstly, I will share what I think works, which is limelight. I've done limelight twice. It's for the discoloration and the sun damage. If you have a darker skin, you probably wouldn't consider doing limelight. Probably you're not going to get these drastic discoloration marks like us paler skinned people get from the sun and from age. Limelight is also very good at removing these sort of whatever you call these beauty spots. So I had a lot of dark ones on my chest. Unfortunately, it can't bring back the pigment. So you know when you're out in the sun, like here, you get these hypopigmented areas from being older, being in the sun. And I've just come to accept that that is how it is. I have spent my youth in the sunshine and I was a runner. So I went for limelight, mainly for my chest, but I did it face, neck, and chest because I always believe in like doing all in one and you get a discount. I do think limelight, let me move you down a bit, the limelight is worth it. Apparently, you should not. This is what the limelight practitioner told me. You should not go for a cheaper IPL. It's not the same. The gold standard is the one called limelight, PTYA limelight. And I do think it, obviously you've got to go to somebody who knows how to use the machine. And I do think it works and I do think it's worth the money, but it's really just for discoloration. It didn't really help me with the little broken veins. It kind of gets rid of some of that, but it didn't take them all away. So limelight is a yes just for discoloration, but I unfortunately see there's a few spots on my forehead. I was so stupid. I then went and used melanotan, which are those tanning injections, and that brought all of my moles, beauty spots back dark to the surface. So those were taken care of by the limelight. You can go back and watch all those videos. In fact, I'll link to my beauty treatments in the description box below. Every video and every beauty treatment I've ever done. Profhilo, I'm on the fence about. I do think it kind of worked. It did seem to make my skin look a bit fresher. I do say that in the videos, but now that I'm older, my skin still looks older. So the problem with a lot of these things is that they don't last. Let's say they build collagen, but then they say you've got to go back in a year's time. So how much collagen are you really building? Are you just building like a 1% amount and it's not really that noticeable? It's really hard to tell with a lot of these procedures. But profhilo, I would say, if you can find it not too expensive, give it a try. Give it one try, see if it makes a difference. I've never done Sculptra. It's something I'm thinking about, but again, you've got to go for like multiple sessions. And one of the things that I'm starting to think, I don't know if I'm right, is that with all these treatments and the fact that you've got to go for multiple sessions, it's just, it's money making. And I do wonder whether they're just preying on women's insecurities. Maybe there is a difference, but if the difference is so slight and you've got to wait months for it to kick in, like sculpture, is it really worth it? I don't know. I haven't done sculpture, so I can't speak to that. Profhilo was a maybe. Limelight, yes, because you can see it immediately. All those spots get very dark, they crust, they flake off, and you do have very fresh, very new skin afterwards. And the discoloration, although over time it does return, sort of, it never goes back to as bad as it was. And so, in my humble opinion, if I were you, I would do one limelight and not do it again for a few years. Like, wait until your discoloration is bad. If it gets bad again, go again. But if it's only like one or two little bits of discoloration, save your money and don't go back again. The limelight did not help. I've got a little patch of melasma here. I'm wearing foundation now, but you can still see under there. It did not help with that. It temporarily it did, and then the melasma is back. Nothing has helped with the melasma. I also have done Fraxel on my face. Fraxel, my skin did look really good immediately after the Fraxel had crusted and peeled. Like your skin also, it's like little micro dots on your face. The laser burns, I guess, or whatever it does, micro dots on your face. And then that gets brown, crusty, and then it flakes and peels off. Straight after that, my skin looked really nice and fresh and good. But within a few months, back to normal skin. I don't know. Has it made a difference? Did it build collagen? Again, with all these treatments, you don't know. It's so hard. I don't have a microscope. I can't see like what's going on at the cellular level in my skin. So that's why I'm sitting at the window. You can see I'm just wearing foundation now and mascara. That is it. I've done IPL. I've had Profhilo done. I've done Fraxel. And I've also done one treatment. Apparently you need two. Again, it's this like thing about you going back and back. NCTF. It's like a little vial of like vitamins and pure hyaluronic acid. It's not the linked one like the Profhilo, and it's not the super bonded one like filler, where they stamp it into your skin with, it's called, what's it called? Where they stamp like little micro stamps into your skin. My skin the next day looked really good. It's like a mix of vitamins. I think it's niacinamide and hyaluronic acid. The next day, my skin did look fresh and plump. And the good thing is, well, not that expensive. They do the face, neck, and a bit of chest. But by day two, my skin looked back to being the same. I didn't see any difference other than immediately the day after. So on the day of, you do have these little bumps all over your skin. I'll put pictures here and here up on the screen. So that one, again, I'm on the fence. I don't know. Maybe I should have gone for the follow-up treatments. I don't know. Immediately after that treatment, I did notice my melasma was a lot lighter, but again, it's darkened back up. So a temporary change to me means nothing. I would love to get rid of this melasma. Who knows what's going to do that? I have used Cosmelan. I want to do a whole separate video on Cosmelan, but Cosmelan is a jar of, what do you want to call it? A treatment for melasma. You put it on your face, you leave it on for 8 hours or overnight, and then your skin gets very red, very hot, and then it peels. So it's kind of like a peel. Unfortunately, with the Cosmelan, there is downtime. And so because you're all red and peeling, you can go out, you can wear makeup and all of that, but you do look a bit red, ruddy, sunburned for the next few days. And so that's why I don't enjoy using the Cosmelan, although it does tone down the melasma. But again, it doesn't get rid of it. So it's not really treating the root cause, at least in my mind. So there's that. I haven't done any kind of oil therapy or anything to tighten the skin. I haven't done Profhilo or anything on my neck and chest. I would like to for the skin quality, but then again, I'm not wowed, and I do wonder, am I wasting my money on these things? What else have I done? I've also done the Neogen plasma, where I don't know what it is. Look it up. It's called Neogen plasma. And you have this weird, like, hot pen thing on your face. And basically, your face sort of, your skin peels off, the top layer of your skin peels off. I don't know what the technology is, but to be honest, my skin looked great for a week when the old skin peeled off and the new skin was there. And then it looked the same again. It looked the same again. I feel like all these treatments have a temporary effect, but they're all very expensive. And are they worth it? The things I think are worth it are Botox, because it does obviously freeze the muscle. And if the muscles cannot crease your face, you will not wrinkle in those areas. But Botox also is temporary. It wears off after 4 to 6 months. I've had little bits of Botox ongoing. So it does work, but is it a look that you want? Is it worth it because you've got to keep going back? By the time you're 60, 70, you're going to be wrinkled everywhere anyway, so who cares? Is it worth chasing is what I'm saying, but it does work. Fillers do work. Now, the one thing that I don't regret, the best thing in my humble opinion that I've ever done is lip filler. But I have had disastrous lip filler where they just filled it and it didn't look good. I then had it all dissolved. I have now found a lady who's really good, and she's shaped and plumped my lips. In fact, I'm going to insert one of my very first videos here on YouTube, and you will see why I feel that lip filler was really worth it for me. I have almost no top lip naturally, very, very thin. And naturally, when my top lip is so thin and I smile, when I was young, you just saw gums and teeth. And although I had naturally more of a bigger bottom lip, obviously with age, your lips shrink and thin down anyway. So I always wanted just in the top lip just to lower, to fill out my top lip so that you didn't see so much gum basically when I smiled. And now that has been achieved. My lips are asymmetrical. So I'm looking in the viewfinder when I look away. You will see that this one pulls more that way. Is it this side? Yeah. Because for some reason I can't breathe out of this nostril. So I think naturally my muscles tend to try and pull there. That asymmetry we try and correct with filler, but that is just my face. Even before filler, that is how my face pulled. So it's not that the lip filler has skewed my lips in any way, shape, or form. That is how my lips actually are. The lip filler has just made my lips bigger, so I notice it more. Maybe you've noticed it, I don't know. But everyone's face, most people's faces, are asymmetrical, and that's okay. That's beautiful. It's part of what makes us human beings. It's part of what makes us charming and cute. It's our charisma. It's okay. Julia Roberts, asymmetrical face. Even Pamela Anderson, I saw pictures where her one eye is a little bit smaller. Even when she was younger, the one side of her lip pulled up a little bit higher. It's very normal and very natural. It's hardly noticeable to most people, and in real life, you don't really notice it. But on a camera, like now, I spend a lot of time editing these videos and looking at my face, and I do see all the imperfections and the flaws, but it's okay. It's not that I don't think I'm beautiful. I do. I do think I'm beautiful, but in my own way. I'm not supermodel beautiful, but I see my own unique beauty. And that's what I would like you to see in yourself. And I would like you to, just from hearing my experience and all the things I've done to my face, that like I've done Fraxel, I've done IPL, I've done profhilo, I've done NCTF, I've done Botox, I've done filler. I've also done very moderate cheek filler, which over time again dissolves. And then you're like thinking, well, what was the point of that? There was money wasted. The two things I don't regret are Botox in my frown lines, because my dad has a very strong frown. I look very much like my dad, and I don't want to look grumpy, angry, or sad. So I'm very glad when I do that. My lips, I don't regret at all. And I know some of my friends are like horrified. They don't like the lip filler. They also say that I look like I've got duck lips. Oh, speaking of lip, if you see that little brown patch, I've just got a scab from a pimple that I picked and squeezed. So that's what that is, by the way. I like my lips a bit fuller. I wouldn't go too much bigger than what they are. I think they probably need, you can go for touch-ups where they use very little and they just define the borders of your lips. I would go for that again quite soon. I think I'm due. So in general, they say depending on your lips and how quickly the filler wears off and how much, it really does depend how much you need. If you find a good injector who doesn't want to overdo it, who can use very little, they can shape and refine the shape of your lips, make it look natural, not overdo it, use very little, and you go back every year, every 2 years, whatever it is, and they just top you up. It's not expensive. It really is not. And for me, it's made a big difference. But if your lips are already full and they're even and you love them and you can see like no gums, just leave your lips alone. I wouldn't have done it if it weren't for the fact that, and like I showed you, I just didn't have much of a top lip and it curled under when I smiled. Whereas now, because of the filler and the way they've done it, when I smile, my lip doesn't curl under and you don't see my gums. So that for me has been one of the best things, in my opinion, that I've done to my face. Now, like I said, my nose job was a whole separate thing. That's a whole separate video. Nothing to do with anti-aging. Look, neither were the lips, but I do feel that plump, fuller lips do look younger. It is a bit of an anti-aging thing, and it has really helped. I don't have any etched, what do you call them, straw lines or whatever they call those lines when you do that, as of yet. And I'm 45. I'll be turning 46 at the end of this year. And that's really, it's been conservative because I have to pay for all these things. Or my partner has paid for quite a few of these things. I've only ever once had a chemical peel when I was young, but that is something I would consider again, because there is a lot of concern and fear about doing lasers on your face and whether that's going to melt the fat in your face. And I just worry that, and to be honest, this patch of melasma, I never had that until after I did the Fraxel. So that's another thing I wanted to tell you about and just warn you. There is always a possibility that some of these things could result in the opposite of what you want. If you are trying to depigment your face, these lasers could cause pigment to come to the surface. Even IPL could cause areas of hypopigmentation where you have no pigment in an area. In fact, I almost think that there's a little line, but luckily it's down here on my chest, little whitish line that was never there before. I think that's from the IPL, but you can barely see it. It kind of looks like a stretch mark. It's not a big deal. For the fact that my chest is free of all these dots, it's a price worth paying. But I think one needs to really consider, what are you willing to spend your money on? It's your hard-earned money. And a lot of these treatments, like I've said, it's minimal improvement for a lot of money. You've got to go back and back. In my humble opinion, if I could go back in time and give myself, my younger self, some advice, here's what I would say. Number one, don't do the Neogen plasma. That was a waste of money. Save your money and just keep saving it from the age of 40 onwards. Any skin treatment you think you may want to do, save your money and just save it and save it and save it until you're ready for a facelift. And now, look, I haven't found a facelift surgeon that I haven't found one yet. I still haven't saved money for a facelift, but that is where I'm looking in the future, because, you know, all these other things is just temporary. And even a facelift, you're still going to age. I've mentioned this a few times before, but like, look at Jane Fonda, who's admitted to 2 facelifts. And I mean, she's got all the money and the resources in the world to do all the skin treatments and all the lasers. She still looks old. Yes, she looks beautiful for her age. I love her. So don't get me wrong. I look up to her. I love her. I would love to age the way she has. But she does not look like a 50-year-old woman. She does not look 60. She looks old. She looks damn good for her age, for 85. But she doesn't look like a young lady. And I think that is the point that is finally sinking in for me. You will never, because your cells, the actual cells inside your skin, your what's it underneath your skin, your subcutaneous fat, your connective tissue, your collagen, those cells are old. So you can only do so much. You can improve things somewhat. And I really do think if you are going to do anything, save your money, go under the knife, but make sure, please make sure you find the best doctor you can find in your area you can afford, and do your research. There's too many horror stories of bad plastic surgeries, and we've all heard them and seen them. I've also heard of people with really bad visible scars. Once you have a scar that's bad and visible, it's going to take so much to get rid of it. Then you need lasers. That's where lasers come in, really, I think. Honestly, I think for me, the most valuable thing I've done for my skin is to keep getting a script for tretinoin. Mine is a tretinoin with a glycolic acid in it. It is a higher strength. And if I use it, I can feel it working, because like now my neck is a little bit itchy. I have used it sort of regularly. But again, the visible difference is maybe a 1 or 2% improvement in my skin. But when I use it regularly, I do see an improvement. And because it's pretty inexpensive, and that little tub of jar, it's tube, that lasts me 5 months, 6 months. It really lasts a long time. And you can use it anywhere on your body. It's not going to prevent the aging process, but it will help your skin just look fresher, more youthful than maybe if you weren't using it. It's really still not a miracle cure. And I've said it before, just if you are younger and you're watching this, please use your sunscreen. I know they hammer it home. Use it, but also don't expect miracles. As a runner, as somebody who runs out in the sun, I put sunscreen, especially now after I've done all these skin treatments, I lather the sunscreen on, and when I come back from my run, I still have a running watch tan, even with all the sunscreen. And so I do know that the sunscreen cannot prevent all of the rays getting onto your skin. But then again, we do need sunshine in our lives. The sun is important, and you've also got to just live your life. You've also got to just accept the things, accept the wrinkles, accept the age spots, the sun damage. And we need to change the narrative. We influencers here on YouTube, those of you who are watching, we need to look at people, and that's why I'm sitting at the window light so you can see my face, very minimal makeup. We need to actually glamorize wrinkles, sunspots, signs of living. We need to see them as beautiful. Pores. I don't know if you can actually see them. Look, I'm using my phone. I don't have a professional camera. But there, if I come closer, you can see little pores. There will be broken capillaries, whatever, however you pronounce it. It's normal. It's okay. And I'm not saying we shouldn't do all these treatments. I think if I could say to you, like I said, I haven't done sculpture, but try profhilo, limelight for discoloration. You can also get laser to just burn those little broken capillaries. That's worth it. But overall, only a facelift can address all of this. And I don't know what can address those in me. But that's okay. It's okay. It's totally okay to look your age and just love the skin you're in, however you are. You really are beautiful the way you are. There is this weird thing on social media and being on YouTube where we become hypercritical. And of course, everyone has something to say about women in the media, blah, blah, blah. But let them say it. It's okay. It doesn't have to affect you and your life. I would just caution you to be very judicious with how you spend your money. I'm not saying some of these things don't work. Start off slow. Start off with the least invasive procedure. make sure you go, if you do want to go anywhere, to very, very skilled laser operators, whatever you call them. And like I say, just love the skin you're in, love yourself, be kind to yourself, and see the beauty that you are. Thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you in some way. I just wanted to share everything I've done, the good, the bad, what worked, what didn't work. Because I do think we women can go crazy, just money, 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 going out to all of these aesthetics clinics. And I'm not saying that they are bad. I'm just saying we can actually maybe save some of our money for ourselves. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one, ladies. Bye.